Good morning. We are at the second part of our day's journey together. We started our journey earlier this evening on a very special day, the Sabbath day. Now we're at the second part of this day, and we are very thankful. A big part of our journey here to escape and be forever free is to reunite with our Creator. And so, in the mornings, the first thing we would want to do is to reconnect with Him, thanking Him for all the protection of the night and thanking Him for the rest, which is a gift from Him when we sleep. Many persons sleep every night and they do not rest. So we thank God for everything that He gives us while we sleep, from protection to rest to dreams, everything, and even the things that we probably would have not thanked Him for the day before. Now, a little about me is that I am an educator, and as an educator, I cannot resist using the tool of education in this journey. And so, a big part of the bridge that we will use to connect us as we cross the divide of our wholeness is education. I will use this tool to help us in this journey, to support us to our best wholeness. And so we will depend upon the blueprint to guide us in all these things. As we come this morning to recognize our Creator in our first communication experience, to do devotions with God, we want to recognize all the greatness of our Creator. We want to recognize that He is not a Creator who has made us and left us, but He's still with us. And we are glad that He is our Creator and no one else is. Let us look at education as we speak about it now, in the simple things that have already been mentioned in our conversation. Well, I did say that we are at the second part of our day. Some of us might be wondering, what am I talking about? Well, let's go to the blueprint. In Genesis 1, verses 1 through to verse 5, it is written, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day." The education in the scripture is that the evening of a day precedes the morning of a day. In other words, the first part of our day is the evening. And so, sunset to sunset gives us one day. We are especially privileged to be in this day, the Sabbath day, in which we are called to rest from the helter-skelter of our lives, and to reunite and celebrate our Creator, who also is the one that sustains us. Let us go again to the blueprint. In Genesis 2, verses 1 to 3, we will see that our Creator demonstrated clearly that He wants us to rest. Let's listen. Genesis 2, verses 1 to 3. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. Here we have a clear demonstration of God as our Creator. I didn't say it, I only read it. It's in the blueprint. Commentary to highlight the message from this reading from the books Patriarchs and Prophets reads, God saw that a Sabbath was essential for man. Even in paradise, where this proclamation was made, he needed to lay aside, that is us, man, to lay aside his own interests, his own pursuits for one day out of 7, that he might more fully contemplate the works of God and meditate upon his power, upon his goodness. He needed a Sabbath to remind him more vividly of God and to awaken within him gratitude because of all that he enjoyed and possessed came from the benefit of the beneficent hand of the Creator. So you see, here we are educated to learn that God gave us this gift of the Sabbath. And so today, our worship experience is not a regular and ordinary one. Yes, I encourage and I practice to have personal devotions every morning. First thing in the morning is to connect with my Creator and then connect with the physical and the other demands of my life. However, this day in particular, the seventh day, our Sabbath day, is a special day of worship in which we celebrate God and we remember and we laud the fact that He created the heavens and the earth and that He is the one that sustains us now. And as much as it is for me well embraced and celebrated, whether or not I desire or choose to embrace it would not change the fact that it came from God, and would not also change the fact that His seal is on this Sabbath. He not only spoke it into being, but He has commanded it into acknowledgement. He has commanded it into being a part of our everyday experience, that when a week ends, we commemorate it on the 7th of that week, and we give Him the honor that is due unto Him by resting from everything that will distract us from meditating and focusing on our God. Don't take my word for it. Let's read Exodus 20 verses 1 to 11. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which had brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thyself any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for the Lord thy God am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. So you see, my friends, this is no ordinary day. It's a hallowed day presented to us by our Master and our Creator. The fourth commandment, as one author writes, is the only one of the 10 commandments in which are found both the name and the title of the lawgiver. It is the only one that shows by whose authority the law is given. Thus, the fourth commandment contains the seal of God. The seal of God affixed to his law as evidence of God's authenticity and binding force as it relates to the Sabbath rest. Now, friends, you have been educated. Today, we learn together that we worship God, that we commune with our Maker as early as we rise in the morning. And we have also learned that there's a special set-aside worship experience for us on the Sabbath day. God has blessed us to have started our journey on this blessed, holy, and Sabbath day. Today, we have fed and we have started on the many steps of faith that we will take towards restoring our spiritual and social wholeness. Do bask in this opportunity today. There's much more to come as we will also journey to invest and build upon our physical and our mental wholeness. Do not chicken out on me. Stay with me. I am Faith. Join this journey with me. Will you take the next step with me? Come by faith. Have a blessed Sabbath.